not exactly what I thought it would be. I got my house on a little piece of land. This is the place I'm gonna take my stand. But I keep living on dreams. One thing I know, that's the way it's gotta be. Am I living the American dream? I keep searching for that dream of me, hoping someday that I will see myself in American dream.
How y'all doing this evening, baby? It's Tuesday. It's Tuesday. It's time for another Blue Dot family meeting. I'm sorry I missed Sunday. Just wasn't in the cards that day. I apologize, and we'll get on with the new. Anyway, Penny Hartleman was the first one to jump in, followed by Irene Lambert, who I just love. Kay Fitzgerald, Keith Patterson is here, Roger Himmelwright, Jeannie Love, Bunny Griffin, thank you very much, baby. Sam is here, Bruce Preston, Debbie Capran, Stephen Scott, Trudy Baxter, boy howdy shit, Retriever 19 Golden, Annette Serrano, everybody's here. Susan Greenland from Las Vegas, baby. Tom Reinhold, Linda Karsten, Dorothy Tyndall, boy howdy shit, Tamara Harrington. Memories, baby, memories. Jeff Curry, Reva's here. Our own Misha Chick is in the room. Let me get my hand over here. It's anyway. Andrew Johnson, Adina Michael, Dennis and Jan. Anyway, it's Tuesday. What a Tuesday it was, huh? Boy, howdy shit. Nothing in the news today. Might as well shut down the damn show right now. Are you shitting me? Two big stories, I guess. The Jack Smith report came out, and what does it say? Well, it says he's guilty as shit. We could have put him in prison and all that crap. He would have been convicted. The evidence would have convicted him. That's Jack Smith's line. But it to a mute point. And then the other story was Pete Hegseth, his confirmation hearing. That's what you want to call it. I'm having a problem. And as I speak my mind in here. I always have. I'm having a problem. For years and years. I've always used the mantra in my life. That you adapt, you overcome, and you move forward. I'm trying hard to do that. There's a lot to adapt to. Not only the loss of my wife, my political advisor, but in a way, my country, everything that we held dear, that we held up, it's been a rough time. but I'm going to try to adapt. I'm trying to overcome. I'm trying to move forward.
Well, John, don't be hard on yourself. You don't have to do it in any one day or any 1 minute. It's just a process, a slow process, a painful process. And we're here. We're here. We're with you.
I love this family, this Blue Dot family that we have grown, and I appreciate every one of you so much. You're the family I don't have anymore.
I'm going to say that you had a hard day today and it had nothing to do with politics.
It was a rough day.
Yeah.
It's been a rough few days. But yeah, trying to sit down and watch the Pete Hegseth thing today, and it's pretty damn obvious the handwriting's on the wall, damn near. They're going to confirm his ass,
Yeah.
and that's disgusting. To me, it's an insult to common sense. The guy is not prepared, nor is he capable of running a department the size of the Department of Defense. He's just not.
Well, MAGA and common sense are like oil and water. They don't go together.
Yeah, they don't go together. No,
They don't go
it's
together.
because his looks. He's got that look. He's got that look.
He's got
got to
that
bring
mouth.
change. Yeah, he's got a
I think
mouth.
it's all about. He'll say what he's supposed to say, and he did today.
Yes, he did. And what I heard him say is, if Donald Trump ordered him to shoot protesters in the leg, well, he'd have to
Gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, got to do what you got to do. Because he hedged on a lot of shit they asked him about.
And you know what? It wasn't about what any of the senators asked him about. It's about what he did or didn't say that Trump wanted him to say or not say. He did all that perfectly.
Yes, he did.
Perfectly.
Yes, he did.
He passed his test.
And he
with
will
Trump.
be confirmed by the Senate, I presume. Because I don't see
presume
any objection on the other side. All I saw was a bunch of kumbaya.
Yeah.
What we
At
need
least.
is a new what was one senator saying, comparing him to when Donald Trump came down the escalator in 2016. Didn't he brought change? That's what we need, is somebody outside that's going to bring change. Are you shitting me? Yeah, look at the change he's brought to this country.
Was
And
that
the
the guy
change
from
that's fixing
Oklahoma?
to happen. Huh?
Or was it the guy from Alaska?
Oh, the guy from
I
Alaska.
stopped watching it. I couldn't watch
There's
the
enough
whole-
ass kissing going on right there to float a battleship.
Yeah, I
You
couldn't
shitting
watch the
me.
full 3 hours or 4 hours or whatever it was. I gave up. It's like,
Yeah,
no,
I watched as much as I could. I could. Just drifting in and out of bullshit. But yeah, you could see the handwriting on the wall.
Oh,
He's
and
gonna
they're
be
all going to
confirmed.
go that same manner. It's going to be any of the Democrats and or our few independent senators are going to get up there and ask questions that they want to make a point about. The questions won't be answered by any of them. They will evade. They will deflect. They will wait for the Republican to ask them the next question
Next
that they can
question,
be
yeah.
all patriotic about. And that's how it's going to go. And the whole point of the process is, if any of the public are watching, they get to make their own decision on what's going on, with the person. But most everybody has already made up their minds, even the public.
Indeed. Hello, Dave.
Hi guys, how are you? How's
Doing
everyone
fine,
down or up there? Oh, look, guys, I just want to throw in here that an outsider's perspective, looking at this thing from like a goldfish bowl, I suppose. America being the goldfish bowl, and all you people being the
Everybody's
goldfish.
watching. Yeah.
The tank is becoming full of sharks. And I seen what I seen in Hegseth's confirmation hearing was another Kavanaugh. I like
Yeah.
beer.
Yeah.
He was
I'm not a
exactly like
perfect person.
Kavanaugh.
Yeah.
He overspoke the people asking him questions. He was rude. He was a bully. He performed well for Donny, and it's not good signs for America, especially if they can approve a man that says, "Yeah, I'll shoot the people if the Donny tells me to do
Yeah.
so."
Yeah. He would. That too. He would. Don't think for a second that man would not. He would use
The proper
American military
answer-
troops against U.S. citizens on U.S. soil in a heartbeat if Donnie told him to. Yes, he would.
The
You know,
proper
because
answer to that
he's a
question
badass.
was the proper answer to that question he should have said was, depending on the circumstances, if the country was under attack or in threat or in danger, but he should have given some sort of answer, not ducked and dived. That duck and dive just
it could have been, something to
gave
the
the game
effect
up.
of it would be up to Congress, not the president. The only way is that U.S. troops can be used inside the United States is in insurrection. Boy, go howdy. We wouldn't have one of them. Shit. Yeah, right.
But I can certainly tell you what has become big news in most of the countries is the footage of the Canadian ministers, and quite a few of them getting up there, including the Prime Minister, saying, "Fuck off, Donny. Look at your own country. Look what you've done." And they're actually playing video of his results, of his work as a president. And they are embarrassing him. He's shutting up a bit, and I think he's pulling his head in a bit because he's realising. I mean, and Europe's doing it as well. They're saying, you've got this fentanyl problem, you've got all this problem, you're blaming the wrong people, and you're doing this to your own people, and all blah blah blah. They are serving him some fucking comeuppance, and I tell you, he's pulled his head in a bit.
He is.
but I feel
Because, I keep saying that Donnie is going to be different this time because he knows what he's doing. He had a first term. This is his second term. He's got a little experience now. He knows where to go. But on the same token, the world, including NATO, isn't going to play the same game that was played before. Donnie went around kicking everybody in shins, bringing up the money thing. Hey, if you don't pay, hey, a terrible thing happened to your country here. All this kind of shit. That's not going to fly. And I'm seeing NATO members standing up against his ass, and that gives me hope. That gives me hope because he is going to have to duck.
The English Parliament, their parliament's very different than yours, and it's the same as ours. And they got up there, and many ministers were concerned of the dealings with the future Trump government. So even the English people are saying, don't deal with him, don't make any new pacts with him, and just maintain what's there until a sensible human being comes along, if America survives it. But the countries will not take it. They will not take his shit.
No,
because they also know.
And thank goodness for it. Because if not, we've already seen in his words and shit what he plans to do, or what he's saying he wants to do. Most of it just bullshit to make news stories and shiny objects of look, we're going to take Greenland
doesn't this reek 2000? Doesn't this reek 2016? It's all memories. So far, he's not even president yet, but he's making all these noises, and the noises are. They're insult attacks against other countries or other people. They're divisionary. Your country's burning down in one area. He's trying to divide California to turn them against each other, as he done with America. Californians are too smart for that. But the bottom line is that it's the same shit again. He's insulting people. He's lying to people. Yet he's got no policies. Nothing to help the people.
He's got nothing but bullshit. Bullshit that makes the news go crazy. That's how we were discussing the possibility of should we take Panama? Maybe Greenland's not a bad idea. All this shit. You throw enough shit out there, and the news all of a sudden picks it up, and we're discussing hypotheticals that are just ridiculous. That's the game we're going to play.
while he's
Huh?
saying that, while he was saying about the Panama and all this crap, you don't know what was happening in the background. The world dropped their eye on Gaza. While this crap was going on with everyone saying Donny's a nutcase, he's doing this, that, Gaza was being bombed even more. It aided Israel to cover up some more illegal or
Dave, don't you know there's
sickening
going to be a
actions.
deal any second now? We're going to have a ceasefire and everything's going to be hunky dory again.
Right.
Yeah,
You
right.
believe that?
With
Yeah, no, I
a
don't.
Trump resort on the coast of Gaza there somewhere. That's what it'll be. I mean, those people have got no future. How would you feel being with any of those people in Gaza that have not lifted a weapon against anyone? They're just a husband and wife, 3 kids or 4 kids, whatever it may be. They're waking up under cardboard boxes. I mean, these are people who used to live in houses.
Yeah.
There were civilized people.
Yeah.
They had a gang. They no different than in a lot of other countries have a terrorist organization. There's no need to take the whole fucking country out. I mean, that means your policing is shit. Your intelligence is shit. So if you got shit intelligence and shit policing, you blow the fucking thing up. How sickening is it? Only human beings hunt each other to kill.
Yeah.
You know, each other,
We're good at
each
it.
other
Over
of the same
centuries,
species.
We you know.
And why?
Protected that.
Why? For fucking money game, not political
Money,
game.
power.
Not security. Oh, we need it for national security. Bullshit. You need it so someone can mine the fucking rare earth elements out of that country because they're a mate of yours. It's
Damn,
all.
Dave. Fired up tonight, buddy.
Oh,
Yes, I
mate,
understand.
I'm sick of the
It is
fascists.
a nightmare because none of us right now see an out to this shit. All we see is a nightmare scenario in front of us and what he is going to attempt to do. The only stalwart against that is going to be the Congress. It's got to, and Lord knows how that's going to go after seeing today confirmation hearings. It's this is not going to go well. I don't want to sugarcoat this shit. Yes, we're in for a hell of a fucking fight. And it's the future of this country, the future of democracy itself is going to be on the line. I don't want to overstress that shit. I don't want to be, the sky is falling crap, but this ain't looking good. And not because of Trump. It's because we have a Republican Party willing to go along with him.
Stephen Miller said last week that NATO, what does this mean? NATO will be punished. What does that mean?
The same thing as you're going to punish California with aid, with disaster aid, because we're going to put conditions on it. That's what it means. Hello, Justin.
Hey, John. Hey, everybody.
Hey, Justin.
Hey, I'm doing well. I say that California needs to somehow forget federal taxes come April and say, you know what? We're just going to
that would be a big chunk of money.
Yep.
That would be a big chunk of money.
I think the Dems really missed the chance today.
The mere discussion of Johnson bringing up consequence or conditions. What conditions have to be met for you see the aerial view of whole neighborhoods.
The condition that they like you, John. That's the
evidently that's the condition, whether or not you voted our way or not.
Mm-hmm.
They're using a natural disaster, which this is unless you're willing to blame God for the high winds.
Yeah,
you throw it up your ass. What was California supposed to do? Rake the forest
evacuate.
Like
that's all they could do.
That's all they could do, and they're coming back to nothing. And now we have congressmen and senators and shit talking about, well, if y'all don't do this right, how about packing up your ass?
They're the experts. They're the experts, aren't they? And they're telling firefighters what they're doing wrong. Get out there and do it yourself.
Yep. And guess what? Midterms are
it
coming
goes
up. and if-
deeper within this because you've seen this in past disasters where disaster relief is voted on, but there's attachments to the bill.
Well,
In other words, there's
guess what?
deals made. There's deals made for somebody's vote. You give me this, I'll give you my vote. Bullshit like that. And they attach things to the bill that have nothing to do with the disaster. And it's done by both sides.
Well-
It has been for fucking decades and centuries, I guess. It's the way business is done. It's the way politics is done, I guess. There's a major house cleaning that we need to do, not only on the Republican side, on our own side.
Yes.
We can't have a standalone disaster bill. We're going to have attachments all over it by the time this is done. And it's disheartening, and it's.
And they end up arguing over the attachments, which delays the important bill
Yes.
in itself.
Well, yeah.
Yep.
And we see what delay does. That's what Jack Smith's final report was all about: delay.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing.
Justice delayed is justice denied, and that's exactly what he did.
Exactly. I mean, this report was not just typed up yesterday. They probably had this in the summertime. So I kind of
It's
curious.
half the
Who,
report.
Yeah.
Actually, it's only half the report.
yeah. I mean,
Jack Smith said they had enough evidence to convict.
yep.
Yep.
So,
Well, he would have, as far as I'm concerned, and I think as far as most of the world is concerned, he is convicted and was convicted. He just got away with it because he ran for president. That's it. That's the black and white.
he's
He
convicted.
broke the law. He's a
broke the
criminal.
law. He's a felon.
crook.
He doesn't give a shit to Republicans anymore. Integrity, honesty, all that shit goes out the fucking window with Donnie. Because, I don't know why. They think he's some blue-collar hero?
No. We said
He's a
it months
con man.
ago. He's the stooge that 2025 needed.
Buddy.
He is the front man that 2025 needed. He was manipulative by rich people, and the only hedge in the problem at the
speaking of
moment
rich
is
people.
Elon Musk, because Elon
Hey,
Musk
I heard
is
he's gonna get hold of TikTok. That
And he's
Whatever.
the Chinese might sell it to. We just like
Yep.
keeping it in.
According to him or according to the Chinese?
Yeah.
Yeah, because if he gets
he's got,
TikTok
5 days?
and it's banned in America, it would be banned in America. So if he gets TikTok and it's unbanned, that's pretty obvious. So what would he be buying? He'd be buying a lame duck. TikTok's only good in other countries, not America.
And he's trying to get a physical space within the White House.
He's another sociopath. He's another sociopath that's wormed his way in. The richest man in the world. That once again, everyone says, "Oh, he's the richest man in the world. He's a god." Donald Trump. He's been building buildings in New York for years. He's a god. He's a human being that happens to was born into a lot of money. He's not a self-made billionaire, nor is Elon Musk. He was made a billionaire by the people around him with the brains. He just had the nous to be putting his name on all this shit. Give me a break. You're under attack from the front and from the back.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, a lot is under attack. Hey, let me catch up real quick. Hudson Kerr came in with a $10 donation and said, "This past year, I'm new, I've had political cause to donate to John. Plus emotionally, this is one all about style. Would love the black hat, but fair dues to the rest. Wish I could rock all that." I'm sure you could, Hudson. My son is thinking about, Tyler, since he got that duster. He's thinking, hey, I might want to wear a hat. Anyway, just a personal thing. And James Tripp came in with $5 and said, while Trump bashes them, Canada and Mexico are sending people to fight the fires.
Yep.
Yes, they are.
Yes, they are.
Yes, they are. With no strings attached. No conditions, you might say. Yeah.
And quietly. They're not making big bells and whistles about it. They're doing it quietly.
They're just doing it.
Yes.
Thank goodness for
They're
it.
supposed to do.
Thank goodness for
Yeah.
them.
Well,
And is it
you
on
remember,
CNN? Is it on the news channels? Is MSNBC, CNN, all them saying, look, Canadians are over here and
I don't know. I don't watch
no.
it.
Well, you're right there. I don't watch them anymore either. I do watch MSNBC. I've lost respect for CNN totally
I've
now.
lost a lot of respect for CNN. CNN is now willing to chase any little trinket, any shiny object it is, as long as it's news. They won't get it. Oh, the hypotheticals here. Let's get it all out and all that bullshit. Instead of calling them out on
pretty
shit.
close to that too.
You know, it used to be where the press held the president in Congress and the Senate to some sort of, I don't know.
They held them to account for their
They used to
vote or
Integrity. Integrity.
Yep.
Yeah, that's gone out the window with news. Now it's about the shiny object and whatever demographic you could grab or what numbers you can promote.
It's all driven by whoever the first one is that says something. Everybody else has to jump on and ask the same questions and find different people to answer the questions.
Yeah, you don't have to light the fire. It takes one match and you start the flames. This is the problem.
You just want to be on the tail of the kite. That's all. You just got to be on the tail of the kite.
Yeah.
But if Trump's in trouble, he only has to start another conspiracy theory, and people believe it. And that's the problem.
There is the problem.
Conspiracy theories.
And they're constant.
They're immediate. How does he even do it that fast?
They're doing it with the fire out in California right now.
Oh, it was immediate that they started in on that.
Yeah.
Lordy. And there's people's lives on the line here. Good Lord.
It's obvious to the world that what Trump's doing is trying to divide the people of California so he can get at least half of them on his side. At the moment, he's got no one in California, 10% maybe, that might like him. But bottom line is, he's trying to divide them again.
It's a blue state known for voting Democratic.
And Trump moved out because he didn't like paying the taxes.
Well, it's the fourth largest economy in the world. Is it still the fourth largest?
Indeed.
I think it's the fourth largest economy.
I think it's fifth, but it's close.
So it's a lot of taxation and a lot of assistance that comes into the federal government from California. And I think that Trump should pull his head in before,
Christine,
it costs
I think
him
you're right. Ukraine is.
dearly. I think America may come to California's defense and saying, stop picking on them. You know what I'm saying? This may be the wrong thing for Trump to do because those people that love California and see the truth of the matter is that California has wildfires quite often. It's part of the cycle of the country. It's where it is. We have wildfires quite often. It's part of the cycle of our country and where we are and our forestry. We can't rake the forest. It's just bullshit.
This fire, and as far as everybody knows, was started, I will say innocently, whether that's an electrical line, which they have video of one of the fires starting right underneath a large power pole, so that could be the start of it. Anything could have started the fire.
It was so tinder dry, it didn't take much.
Yeah, no, because they haven't had a lot of rain. What are you supposed to do? What do you, I just...
You can't water the forest.
No, you can't.
You can't, no.
You can't.
Cannot water the forest.
And a lot of homeowners, like I said, you're looking at a devastated neighborhood. A neighborhood. What impact does that house in the middle of that neighborhood have on breaking the forest or cleaning the brush or whatever the fuck it is?
Yeah, but mate, I heard Donnie saying
you're going to make that person pay for it.
The $10 million homes and the $8 million homes and the $15 million. He didn't mention about the little 150 or 200,000 or 400,000
the small homes, just the rich homes,
just the rich people.
And there were plenty of them. And there were plenty of them.
And the insurance
but
companies.
Not near as many as just regular American people that had to go to work every day to meet their mortgage payments or some shit like that. It's the same works the same in every city.
Well, you got to remember that Los Angeles, that area that sprawls out around it, has been there a very long time, and some of those homes are generational homes.
Yep.
That they've been in the same family for generations.
Indeed.
They're smaller, what I'd call bungalows. You know, some of them are. They're not all mansions.
And would you believe a very large proportion of those homes were owned by a younger generation who were the current tech generation, who have these websites that are making a lot of money, and they're making millions of dollars. And a lot of them had homes in that area too. So
it's a wide population. There's young families, there was older retirees. There's a whole mesh of people in there.
Yep. Young through to old, and as you say, homes generational and brand new homes. A lot of people are hurting, but the people they should be concerned with are the people who are in those average homes that have to go to work to make $1 to feed their family.
Yeah.
The multi-millionaire, he can live in the other home he's got in somewhere else.
You know, I don't really like that scenario either, Dave. Those people lost a lot too. They have their life and their memories in their home. It doesn't matter how much money you
in
have.
The bank.
It's a
law. Hang on, no. If they've got money in the bank,
I don't know that they have money in the bank. I don't know that they don't owe everything that they own.
Which
I don't know.
So you're saying no. I can pretty well say
I'm just going to say a human being is a human being. It's not about how much they own or how much they have. They lost a lot. They lost their home. They lost everything that represents their life in those homes. They lost their security of a place to be.
The fact that they
and they're
have
also
money
grieving for their neighbors.
To have another house, or they're not going to be able to replace the things that were lost in that fire.
No,
none of them will.
The working class cannot even replace the land suite. And some of them have got mortgages up to their eyeballs. But they probably still have to pay the mortgage. I don't know, is there mortgage relief in this respect if they've got a mortgage?
It's not only the mortgage, they were talking about the insurance cost itself.
Yep.
Because a lot of insurance companies have backed out of California for providing insurance. So a lot of these people are not insured at all.
Not for
and what happens to them?
Yep. Same with like Florida. I mean, next time there's a hurricane, people are not going to be insured for...
Is Mr. Joe Blow still paying his maybe $300 or $400 a week mortgage if his home is burnt down to the ground, even though he may have insurance? Is he still paying that mortgage? Yes. The insurance company paid that mortgage?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
I don't know. It depends on what insurance they have.
If your insurance...
Yeah, if the insurance ain't paying it, guess who it is? Him.
Then it's you. You're still on the hook.
You're still on the hook for that payment if you don't.
And wait, the only thing
it could take 2 or 3 years to get the home rebuilt, and they've got to pay that mortgage in that interim period.
That's right. Mm-hmm. And the only what people would do, there's talk of some people would sell the land for that amount. So let's say they own $500,000, and they're on the hook for whatever the mortgage is. There's talk of people trying to sell the land so they can mitigate some of the loss because they're still on the hook.
Right.
And that's the insurance company for you.
And that little scenario there about property being bought out is part of the conspiracy that you're hearing about. The wires were intentionally set to have people be able to come in and buy the property, which is bullshit.
That's bullshit.
It's just bullshit. And Jeanette Miller, you're not hearing me? I'm sorry. Jeanette Miller says she can't hear me. I saw that in the chat. Squirrel, I'm sorry. I don't know.
Well, again,
the bottom line is, I think the people need housing, and that's going to be the first issue. And what are they doing about? Is there temporary housing being established anywhere? I know Gavin Newsom's doing a great job, and he's under the pump. But see, this is where I would have thought that,
Where are they going to put the temporary housing right now? They've got a whole lot to clean up, and the fires aren't done yet.
Nope.
Yeah.
They're
still
They've asked
as
them
we
to move
speak.
away from the area best they can and not come back in when it's not safe. But there's a lot of them don't have anything come back to. There's a few houses that did survive, but not
So
all. of them.
it sounds like no one really knows what's happening to these poor people without the homes. They've got the wife and the kids, and the house is gone. We don't know where they're living or what they're doing unless they've got relatives or family in the immediate area.
I'm suspecting that it's going to pretty close to look like.
Well, I'd like to see Trump's. I'd like to see Trump's homeless people work now, eh? He's found the homeless people are criminals. Let's see.
Well, I say that some of the people that lost their homes are not blue. I mean, not blue dots. And I asked them to try to get down to Mar-a-Lago and see if they'll take them. Them in.
Let me.
He's got plenty of land. Yeah, he's got lots of land.
Yeah.
Let me catch up real quick because Maria Betancourt came in with $5 and said, "Did you see where people of color who were retrieving belongings were arrested by police who thought they were looters?"
Yes,
Unbelievable.
that's on the news over here.
Yep.
Yep, they're arresting people on their own properties.
For
on
their
potential
own
looting when it's
Yep. If you're not pale.
And then Maria also came back with another $5 and said, "Bullshit, millionaires don't suffer half as much as poor people. Millionaires are staying in 5-star hotels while poor people don't have a place to go." That is true.
That was my point, exactly.
That's the point of, yes, they have the ability to offset.
Adapt.
To adapt, to have a 5-star motel room whilst they, what I'm talking about is the emotional and not just dollar amount that these people lost. They've lost everything, every memory they ever had in that house. And you can't, I don't know.
Well, I think what you can do is you can separate the saying, yes, they also lost this. I mean, whether you're like Billy Crystal lost everything, but so you can separate that loss of all his memories and still take Dave's point where that person, that celebrity, is going to be able to either they may have a second home or they may have an apartment or a condo or whatever.
Which I can understand in calculations on any kind of payment made by the government or an insurer that those with the greatest need should come first, which would be your poor people or your people that in modest homes. If you're staying in a 5-star motel, maybe you're not the high priority on the list. It's
Well, Bruce Springsteen was on TV and he lost a house there, but he also has a house in Malibu. He has a house in Florida,
right?
And he just moved to another house. And as he said, I can move to another house, but those people can't.
Yeah. Your sanitation worker.
They are well aware.
It doesn't mitigate. The pain is still the same.
These were neighborhoods with all types of people lived in these neighborhoods. There was very expensive homes with Hollywood types in it, and then around the corner there was your average Joe that's working around in the community. They were all in the same neighborhood. They went to the same schools. They went to the same churches. It was a neighborhood. Same stores. Their friends and neighbors are hurting, and they know that. They're all hurting.
If we're going to scream about Uncle Sam putting conditions on that disaster relief, then we're talking about the same thing here. That we're putting conditions on somebody's pain.
And who shouldn't feel worse than another person?
Right. Yeah. And just because you have money doesn't mean you have it.
And a lot of these,
that's going to provide for your room, your groceries.
A lot of these people that do have the money are probably going to end up helping a lot of their neighbors.
Indeed, and you've already seen stories of that.
Yep.
People have come together. They're not going to turn their back on their fellow neighbors. Why should we? It's I don't know. All of a sudden I'm thinking of Hillary's book, It Takes a Village.
Yep.
Boy, out of shit. Are those days gone, just gone forever? I hope not. The sense of community, the sense that we each have each other's back across this country. Not singling out a certain state. Well, we're going to make it different for you because we don't like what the fuck you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They didn't like it because they didn't vote for him. He's a blue state. It's a blue state. Cripe sake. He's punishing anything that looks blue. He's going to continue to do it.
Oh, man. We're in for a ride. I'm telling you. We are in for a ride. You know.
It was like one of those
we're just getting started.
queasy roller coaster rides that I don't like.
America looks
Reality
pretty ugly
is-
at the moment to the world. America looks like a real basket case. That's what it looks like. And I think it's going to be a lot of.
Oh, this nation is facing a lot.
The first month of Trump being there, forget the first 100 days. The first 30 days is going to be.
Yeah, look
painful.
at the first day what he's promised to do. Now, grant you, I don't think he can do all of that in one, on day one, but he's going to have to make an attempt. He's going to have to make some kind of showing on day one that he's doing something to placate the maggots and.
Well, day one is always a day full of executive orders, isn't it, John?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
And he's
And
going to use
I'm
the pen.
guaranteeing you, there's going to be probably at least 100 of them on day one.
Yeah. Yeah.
I say Biden should just spend the rest of this week just making executive order after executive order after executive order, so that Donnie's got he spent his first 30 days or whatever just undoing those executive orders.
He's doing the best he can to try to.
He's making a few. He's doing a few.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's done some. He's trying to make it, to where Donnie just can't come in and kick over everything.
Yeah, and I'm glad that he gave full 100% federal funding for 180 days to California.
Indeed. AD, you doing all right, buddy?
Yeah, I've been in the hospital since Friday, not since Friday. I was overnight a couple nights, but been having bad
shit.
nosebleeds.
What
That's not
happened?
good. The weather up here is so bad, and plus, I don't know. They said I messed up stuff up in my nose, some nostrils, when I was blowing my nose too hard and stuff like that.
Outstanding.
I said, I didn't know what was going on. I was losing a lot of blood. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Damn.
I went Friday. I left work because I was losing blood so bad. Went to the hospital. They sprayed some shit up my nose. I went back home.
Oh,
Then I
you
had to
had
go back that night because same thing. Then the next day it happened again. Went to a different hospital. They did the same shit. Sent me home. Then I had to go back. They did the same shit. Struck me with more strong shit. Sent me back home. Then I had to go back to a different hospital that night. Then they kept me overnight because they took it serious. I had to go to 2 different hospitals 5 times for them to keep me overnight, and I had to get where they go in and they burn some shit in your nostrils type stuff or something. I don't know. Cauterize. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
right. Cauterize it.
yeah. And I got to go see a specialist tomorrow, and I guess they're going to cauterize the rest of it because she didn't have everything she needed at the hospital. So, but, it's just this weather. You know what I'm saying? And plus, I've broken my nose so many damn times. I'm surprised this is happening to me now. You know what I mean? It's surprised it happened to me.
Yeah, I've woken up before and stand up and gush. It's like,
Yeah. And it's like, oh man, you know what I mean? And whatever you try to do to stop it, it's like you can't. It just won't stop. And it's like, man.
Nope. Yeah.
But it's a damn shame I had to go to the ER 5 times just to get, put in the hospital to get help. Yeah. Nuts, man.
Well,
crazy.
But yeah, with the wildfire stuff, I tell you what, man, them people that's going there volunteering, coming from out of state and helping them people and trying to help them people, and also them people volunteering that's in jail that's going out there and fighting them fires too. They deserve a lot of credit.
A lot of inmates.
Yeah, because
on the line.
They have no other choice.
And yes, Canada, Mexico, and a lot of countries have sent resources into California.
However, there are no firefighters from South Africa.
No.
That is true. Yeah. I don't see
there was a clipping of South African, but that was completely AI generated.
Yeah. Oh, they try to make it look like it was people from South
Yeah,
Africa.
they were trying to make it look like there were South African firefighters, but it turned out to be fake.
You can't believe everything.
Well,
Well,
I do
I'm sure
know
there's
that
plenty
I
of
do
countries
know
that
there's
aren't sending. But
yeah,
there are plenty
Australia's.
are.
You got Australian firefighters over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're from Australia. You got Australia, New Zealand, Japan's there. Who was the other country? Well, I heard Ukraine was there, but I couldn't.
Yeah,
I don't believe
I
that.
heard Ukraine was, but again, I don't know. Just
I
somebody
can't
said
see that, but I know Japan, New Zealand, Australia,
Mexico,
the whole
Canada.
world is there. But you know what? The strange part about it is, if Trump's state was burning down or his house, no one would come.
Are you shitting me?
Well, yeah. Let that motherfucker
We'd all,
burn.
If
we'd
it
all
was
pee
his
on it.
house, yeah, it'd be a national disaster. He'd declare a national disaster right there on his house. That's what he'd do. Boy,
I'm amazed he hasn't got a house there. I'm amazed he hasn't got a house up in the hills
I'm
there
worried
or a
about the
big
one he's
mansion.
moving into.
Yeah, me too.
We took a lot of time
Oh,
trying to scrape the
that'll get
scum
burnt
off the
down.
walls from the last time he was in there.
But that'll be burnt down, Donnie. He'll burn it down.
I don't think he's moving into it. I think he's going to stay in Florida. He wanted to last.
Well, it's a ceremonial address anyway to him.
He just goes back and forth every weekend. So
he'll be on the golf course just like he was the last time.
yeah.
He'll be at Mar-a-Lago, yep. He's even got a little White House imitation thing at Mar-a-Lago. He's done part of Mar-a-Lago, apparently. It looks like the front of the White House.
Yep.
Where he has his little dance episodes, dancing in front of the cheerleaders.
I think he calls it the Capitol of the South or something, or White House of the South or some shit like that.
I think you're going to have big problems getting him out in 4 years. Anyhow, if he's still alive, I don't wish this on anyone, even Trump, but I don't think he's going to live the 4 years. He's just his health issues,
Health
you know.
not that great.
There's a lot we don't know that we should know. As his health records won't be released. He's not releasing them.
I wouldn't.
So,
Adam said if his house burnt down, we declared a national holiday. I'm right there with you, brother.
If Mar-a-Lago burnt down, you would be.
Democracy.
And just a little bit of news that Senator Ernst says that she will support Hegseth. Closing in.
Oh, it's going to happen either way. It doesn't matter.
Yes,
I mean,
he's going to be confirmed, I swear. And that's going to be a disgusting day. That man is going to be Department of Defense. Really? Really? He ain't got enough experience to run a platoon.
Oh, we're only just getting started with the confirmations. There are some that are worse, believe it or not.
And these people will be dealing with very smart people in the world, smarter than they are. I mean, it's being set up for a fail. You need intelligent, well-connected people in those positions that know what they're doing about their job.
Somebody who is absolutely loyal to Donnie. That's it. That's the only requirement here, that you are 100% committed in your heart, in your everything. Committed to worshiping that man.
I believe he's having problems
everything that he says, because if it comes out of his ass, it's got to be golden to them.
I believe he's having problems getting people to sign the this agreement. I will be loyal to you, Donnie. This apparently he's
I
trying
would
to get
assume
people.
they're not getting a job.
But what happens
unless they sign the
not?
papers, old man?
Yes.
What happens if they're not loyal to him?
They're not getting the job. He just told you.
Say, for example,
they time to be disloyal, they will lose their job.
He will pull the nomination.
Yeah, lose a job and just walk away, or will they be punished?
Like he did in his first administration, you're fired.
There will be punishment.
How many people did he get rid of?
He likes to punish people.
Oh,
he's got plenty of clowns in line to take them jobs. Really.
That brings up the whole scenario of what he's going to try to do to Biden after Biden is out of office. You know, he's going to try to charge him.
Other than publicly smear him, that whole presidential immunity thing, there's nothing he can do, supposedly, unless there's a two-tier system.
Unless the Secret Service is going to fight each
You mean two types of justice?
Yeah, in this country? Surely you just.
No.
Now that wouldn't happen here. Yeah, we just witnessed it happening.
Let me tell you a
Jack,
little story. Let me tell you a little story about the history, what happened in the past with America, and after World War II. There was a man, and I'm going to relate this to Elon Musk, because Elon Musk idolizes this man, a man called von Braun. He was stolen, we'll say, by the Americans after World War II. He was the man that invented and was in charge of the rocket systems for the German V rockets and those weapons. But also, von Braun had a plan that Germany had to drop, that they couldn't afford to do at that stage, which was a weapon that flew up in the sky so high and so fast via initial scramjet. It gets to the surface of the Earth, the atmosphere surface, and it skips along the atmosphere, but doesn't go into space, doesn't drop, but it's going at hypersonic speeds like 10,000 miles an hour, and it gets from, say, America to Europe in a half an hour from launch to land. Now, they had that in a plan in Germany. Elon Musk has a similar plan, and he has a vehicle that he wants to use that skips on the surface. And these are all things, I think, in the background that Trump wants to develop from Musk or help him develop, but he needs the stuff that's in Greenland, or a lot of stuff from China, which is rare earth elements.
Rare earth elements.
Now, back von Braun days, when he was taken by the Americans after World War II, von Braun said, "No, I don't want to go to America. I want to go to Paris." But the Americans said, "No, you're coming with us and all your crew." And it was about 2,000 people that they housed and set up with this program. And yeah, the program fell over because it was going to cost trillions of dollars. It was just unbelievably high in the cost.
I'm not familiar with what you're talking about, Dave. I'm sorry.
All right, Elon Musk has got a plan to use this system to get to Mars. This is what it's all about, getting to Mars. And where he launches a whole pile of cylinders, tubes, big sewage pipes, but made of a light thing, and they launch it to Mars years ahead of the people leaving. And it lands on Mars in parachutes. And when the people get there, they assemble these tubes, and they are got out there. And Elon Musk has got plans for a base on Mars. He needs America to back him to do it. And he needs...
It's a very long-term
Let him have
plan.
It is a long-term...
Yeah.
But if he gets the elements, rare earth elements he needs, then I don't know how long it could be. It could be 10 or 20 years. But it's still what... Musk is a dreamer. And he'll abuse anything to get his dream, you know? So he needs Trump. And you're going to be used by Musk. I know he's got lots of money, but he wants your trillions. He doesn't want to spend his. He will spend your money.
Yep.
You got a problem in this man. And Steve, and what's his name? Bannon went to jail.
Yeah.
He's out there, and he's warning Trump how Musk is going to bleed the country's bank dry, because that's what he's up to. He hates him.
Yeah,
Bannon hates him.
Yeah, Bannon said he's going to get him out before Inauguration Day, so I don't know how that's going to work. But
yeah, go figure. Of all the wackadoos that they've rubbed elbows with, he really hates that man.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean...
what a dynamic we're dealing with, huh?
Uh-huh.
You know, he's now...
I hope they eat each other alive.
Yeah. Sit back and watch this shit. Unfortunately, there's going to be a lot of pain for us.
He's almost worth $500 billion now, this Musk character. He's worth $410 billion.
most of the
That's
companies-
worth $1 billion every day.
They say they're gonna last on the market prices.
Hey, let me
But
catch
then
up
again,
real quick.
guys, if he cashed that in, if he sold everything, he wouldn't get $410 billion, would he really?
Nope.
It's not all cash. It's not all real money.
No.
And that kind of separates the old Gilded Age, where Rockefeller and and Carnegie and all these other guys actually did things for the benefit of society, whether it was Carnegie Hall or setting up Lake Michigan
Oh, as a
lakefront, so
matter of
that
fact,
and now everyone just
that scenario was just my son and I, because we went to Tombstone, watched a documentary about the Earps and Wyatt Earp and the Cowboy War, is what it was. But
The
I'm trying to think.
1860s.
Yeah, well, yeah, in the 1860s. But J.P. Morgan. J.P. Morgan was part of the
Yep.
story in the background because of his desire to control the railroads, and look what that did. It opened up the West, and where was I going with this shit? Anyway, it was a good documentary. It was a great documentary because Wyatt Earp lived until 1929 or something like that.
Yeah.
But didn't he
And then
didn't he
ended his
deny
life.
all the rumors about him? Didn't Wyatt Earp say it was all bullshit? What was written about him in all the movies?
Oh,
Not all of
before he died, he was heavily involved in Hollywood.
Weren't a whole lot of movies before he
Yeah,
died.
yeah.
He drove a car. He drove a car. He lived in like Hollywood shit before he
Yeah.
died.
But
Right.
again, he lived with the stigma of was he a murderer or was he a good guy? And,
Right.
So yeah,
History
always
always
had
but
corrects
I was
that.
surprised at a lot what I learned in that little documentary. And it was done well,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
what happened during, like I said, because it was about Wyatt Earp and the Cowboy Wars, because it entailed a whole lot more than the gunfight at OK Corral. That was just the minor
What's
story,
your
really.
opinion of him? What was your end opinion of him? Was he a killer or was he a decent
I
man?
think it was a little bit of both. He watched the death of both his brothers at the hands of the Cowboys, and the bad guy. I forget his name. But
The rustlers, wherever they are, yeah.
well, yeah, it was a dynamic that was going on. But the
Clantons.
the guy's name escapes me. The bad guy.
Clanton.
Started with a C, didn't it?
Huh?
Started with a C, didn't it?
I
Like
can't
Clint-
I
remember.
thought he was up against the
This
Clantons.
guy went on to live for a while because he was the main
Adversary.
one. Well, what it boiled down to really was it culminated with the president at the time. I can't remember his name either. Shit. Wanted to use
Right,
federal
right,
troops to calm down Arizona
Roosevelt?
because, huh?
Roosevelt, the first Roosevelt, he was a.
No,
there was
no,
two
it wasn't him.
Roosevelts,
No,
wasn't
no,
there?
before
Yeah,
that.
no, it was before that. Yeah, shit, I can't remember his name.
I'm thinking of Billy
Anyway,
Kid, but that was wrong.
long story short,
Hoover.
Rangers were sent in, and it all went away. Raced into history. But
Yeah.
the gist of the story was the Cowboys. This is right after the Civil War, and the
Right.
Cowboys were supported mainly by the southern states, and the Earps were supported mainly by the northern states. So a lot of it was involved the dynamics of North versus South in the city of Tombstone in 1861. That's what it evolved into, and yeah.
Back then
and
it was still a territory too, wasn't it?
The Clantons? Someone said the Clantons.
Clanton. Yeah, Clanton.
Yep.
That was it, Clanton. I knew it started with a
no,
C.
this guy's name
I think
was,
it's it.
maybe it was the Clantons. Shit,
I think it's
don't know.
Clanton.
Billy
I knew it
Clinton.
started
No,
with a C.
really.
Maybe that rings a bell. Anyway, the bad guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he ends up getting taken out by Arizona Rangers when the president sent in
Federal.
federal
The
agents,
Rangers.
to clean
Are
up the
they?
town.
Do you still have the Texas Rangers? Are the Texas
we do.
Rangers a thing?
Yes.
Yes, we do.
Yes, we
That'll
do.
never go away. never
And
go
you
away.
don't want them guys after your ass because they will get you.
Because there was a movie. There was a movie
Hey,
made
now,
released in the
Bonnie
last
Clyde.
5. A movie was released in the last 5 years called Highwaymen, and it was about two retired Texas Rangers, and apparently they were the last of the Texas Rangers, and they were called upon out of retirement to hunt down Bonnie and Clyde,
Bonnie and Clyde,
and
yeah.
take out Bonnie and Clyde. And I thought it was relatively a true story because it seemed true to what I knew of history, how Bonnie and Clyde were taken out. But these two guys were Texas Rangers and the last of the Texas Rangers, and the governor of the state was against bringing them back in because it may really establish that they are a good organisation. And they were. These guys come in and they done it properly, you know. And
But
they
thing is,
they
though,
tracked
Comment
down
just
Bonnie
caught
and
my
Clyde.
eye by Dustin
the thing
Axelson,
is,
who
they
said
went out of
American
state.
Primeval was pretty good on Netflix. I was just thinking about watching that.
What was
American
it?
Primeval. Has anybody else seen that yet? American
No,
American
I've
Primeval.
been watching it. Yeah.
And a little,
What,
just a little
pretty good. What?
history. Little history on
Um,
the says in 1882 the death toll in Tombstone was so high that President Chester A. Arthur threatened
That's
martial
it.
law.
Chester Arthur. Of course I know.
Never
You
never
said-
heard of him.
Never,
He was
no,
only-
he was
Never
a
heard of
one-term
He was
president.
only for only about a month.
I think he got shot, killed, didn't
Yep, he got assassinated.
Oh.
Well, they
he? He
reckon
was the
that,
one
that
that
now
Teddy
that
Roosevelt took over for,
Kennedy,
right?
they're saying that Kennedy was assassinated because he was going to disclose the information about alien life and the contact and all that crap that
Oh,
was.
well, there's a new one.
Yeah,
I
I
hadn't
never
heard that one. He was
Yeah.
going to disclose alien life. Yeah, no, didn't hear
Yeah,
that.
he was going to disclose that Hoover had a meeting with an alien leader or some crap.
Hoover wouldn't
And
even
apparently they know more about these aliens than we think they know. But who knows? I do believe that there is. We won't make an issue of it, but I believe that the universe is too big to say we're the only ones in it. They'll leave it at that.
I agree with him.
I totally agree with that. Even the known universe. Let's forget about the unknown
Yeah.
universe. There's just the numbers. You know, I don't care
Too
what
much shit
percentage
out
you
there.
put on it. It comes out to, yep, they're there.
It's just
You know?
amazing to think that you could travel at the speed of light in any direction off the planet Earth at the speed of light for 100 years and still not cover anywhere near the size of the known space or the space. It's that big. It's just infinity. It's like infinity.
It is an
Yeah.
infinity. Just the mere concept of that word, infinity, is hard to grasp. Well, what do you
Yes.
mean
Even
infinity? Well, it goes on
even
forever,
just the-
never ends.
even
never
just
ends.
the-
Well, yeah, but what's after that? You know, it's where the mind goes. It's hard to conceive that something goes on forever.
Well, I
But it
think
does.
Elon Musk is an alien.
far as
I
we
think
know.
Musk is an alien.
Of course, we could just be the atom on the fingernail of a giant. That's what I heard back in the
he's an
60s.
illegal one.
Yeah, he's an illegal.
Yeah. He's Musk is an illegal alien.
Illegal alien,
I'm
yeah.
sure.
Hey, let me
I'm
thank
sure
Irene Marconi, who came in with $10. Oh, I'm sorry, darling, 21 minutes ago. Irene Marconi, who came in with $10, said millionaires do not suffer and create more pollution with their space race. Well, funny, we were just talking about the space race and junk going up, which brings up another thought in my head. I want to thank Maria Betancourt, who came in with $2 to say, young man, use nasal packing. Is it me?
That's UAD.
I'll try it. I got it in
Oh.
right now. I got both noses.
Okay. Oh, shit.
Hey,
Oh,
Only
space
have
race.
two nosebleeds today.
we need
so
health
I'm
advice sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh, that just brings
this-
up another. When I was in Las Vegas, Shaking Me Bones took my son and I on a trip to Las Vegas, an unbelievable trip to Las Vegas. And as part of that, we went to the Sphere. And it's amazing from the outside, just to start with. But the show on the inside is like you were in a spaceship with a full effects all around you. Vision, the seat moves, the wind, the smell. Anyway, it goes through a timeline of the history of the Earth. And I found it very ironic that at the end of the movie, at the end of it, you see all these rocket ships going, blasting off
leave it.
because we killed the fucking thing.
Yep.
And
I've
that's
seen the
what we're
video of
doing.
that. I've never been there and seen it live.
Yeah,
But I've
this
seen
brings it
videos on
really
YouTube.
into a sharp focus because you're so absorbed into it. You're amazed at the first beginnings and life in general and how the continents divided and how dinosaurs, everything. And
Yeah.
then man come along. At first it was all right,
Fucked
just
it
making
all up.
fire here. Just going to make fire. Yeah, we turned that into a bunch of shit. And
Yeah.
now we're facing a world that is
In peril. It's in
in
trouble.
peril. Indeed.
Yeah.
And
It's, it's,
And
it's,
we are ignoring at the highest level. We are ignoring it, and it's going to
it
bite the people in the
yeah, don't
bowels.
look for anything environmental coming out of the Trump administration. As a matter of fact, you know damn good and well they're going to rape the EPA. They're going to do away with as many regulations as they
Oh, yeah.
possibly can. They're
And
going
pull
to
out
kill
of the Paris Accord.
anything for
Drill, baby,
profits,
drill.
Drill, baby, drill. Anything for profits. Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
And that's going to
The
be the
oil
mantra for the
companies,
next 4 years out of this administration, out of him.
the oil companies can't drill any more than they're drilling now. You're drilling more oil now than you ever did. I mean,
Yeah,
you can't drill more, mate. I mean, all he's going to do is pull you out the Paris Accord again. I mean,
yes,
Biden
George
put you
Carlin
back into
was
it,
right.
and he'll pull you out of that Paris Accord, and then he'll start bagging NATO and all.
Yeah.
It's going to be the same as before.
Yeah, it's chances are it's not going to be. We're not going to see the end of it. Any of us, we'll be dead and gone before the end comes. But future generations are facing a world of just unimaginable natural disasters. For one, you think fire is shit, hurricanes, it's all going to get worse. Tornadoes, flooding.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just looking at this freaking Piers Morgan, that freaking asshole from England. He's got a little headline here. I'll watch the video shortly, but it says the headline is, "Why didn't America do something to prevent this?" California.
oh,
How do you
Yes, he
fucking
is
prevent
pissed
it?
that Biden
How
put
do
a
you-
halt to
Right.
offshore drilling. That's what I mean when
How
he's Biden's trying to do things, and putting a ban on offshore drilling is one of them that he's tried to do because he knows what they're going to do. This is
Well,
not going to be good. If you're an
Obama's-
environmentalist, this
Obama-
ain't going to look good.
Obama started those accords when BP had the big spill in the Gulf. And what Obama did was put regulations to make sure that they had backfire, blockage, machinery, all that, and they had no issues. It was smooth sailing. Then when Trump took over, there were two issues within Trump's period because he took down the regulations, the safety regulations that Obama had put on, and they had two blowouts. Luckily, they controlled them, but they could have been bad. But they shouldn't have happened in the first place. So Obama did the right thing. Trump comes along, saves the other company, the oil company's money, and then issues develop. It's going to be the same. You may be in danger of an oil spill if he takes off any issue regulations, because your Gulf is so important. You're fishing, and I'm
Oh, you're talking about the Gulf of
deep sea.
America?
yeah.
Gulf of America, yeah, that Gulf.
Yeah, the Gulf of America.
The Gulf of
Change
Lower.
that.
That's where Horizon was. PP Horizon. That's where that blew
Yes, it
up
was.
there. That
Yes, it
blowout.
was.
But it's
Deepwater
the same
Horizon.
thing. It's the same thing that happened up in Ohio where that train got fucked up and all them chemicals went all over the place. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
They got rid of all them regulations.
We are killing this planet.
Well, we ought to withhold aid from them until they clean up their.
We don't need oil. We don't need oil because we can do it all now with electric, hydrogen, solar. We don't really need oil. The only ones that need oil are the oil companies.
Well, I'll take disagreement with that only on one point. We could do without the internal combustion part of all that shit. But chemicals, petroleum chemicals are embedded in damn near everything you
Very
see in front of
valuable.
you.
Yeah.
It's in your computer.
Yeah.
It's in plastic. It's in everything. So you're not going to get rid of oil. But we
Just the
can
way you burn
mitigate
it.
the damage that we do with it And the biggest one would be the combustion engine because shit, we're just cranking out the CO2.
The CO2.
Yeah, and it's a greenhouse gas, and eventually, that
You get more
scenario,
cyclones,
yeah.
more fire. You get
Mark,
more fires.
I got a good.
Yeah,
I got a
more-
good.
Hello,
I
Dangus.
got a good question. Hey, I'm curious. Why does our generation feel that we are entitled to take every fucking drop of oil out of this planet and not leave any for future generations?
Ah, fuck them people. We don't know them. We don't know what kind of people the future people are.
I don't think
fuck
it's a
them people.
specific generation
Yeah.
either.
Yeah, screw them.
I don't think it is. It's not a consideration. Not when it comes to
Well, that-
oil and gas. And believe me, I live in an oil and gas state. When I go into town every damn day, we pass what we call Refinery Road. Jesus, there's refineries all up and down the ship channel out there. That's what we do. There's pipelines crossing all over the state. They're not done drilling holes down here. They're still punching holes. They always will.
By the way, 1 molecule of methane is equal to 242 molecules of CO2. Methane, which comes from fracking, from natural oil or natural gas, is probably the biggest greenhouse gas. Every cow in this world puts out about 3 liters of methane a day. And I mean, humans put out about 1 liter,
Hey,
but
Bubba
methane
Chick's right.
actually,
Cows.
it's
Hey.
but methane is a lot more polluting than CO2. So 1 molecule of methane is equal to 242 molecules of CO2. And the only way you can see methane is through infrared photography. So if they use infrared, like in that one city that was in LA a couple of years
Yeah, I
ago
think
where they
we've
had
all
the
seen
methane leak.
documentaries
Yeah.
or news footage when they use infrared film, and you can just see the pollution. Yeah,
The
well, do
methane,
that
right.
over Corpus Christi? Shit.
That's the biggest greenhouse gas, more than CO2. But yeah, honestly, we got to deal with this issue. I mean, sooner than later.
We're not going to deal with it in the next 4 years. I guarantee you that.
Oh, no.
You could,
Like
you
people,
know,
kids, and elderly people that's breathing this shit in. I mean, you got to think of how bad that is for them. You know?
By the way,
Hey,
one
there's-
thing that when you were mentioning the California wildfires,
Yeah.
it's one thing to lose everything, but you got to remember something. These people, besides losing their houses, when you lose your house and all your possessions, you also lose your identity. I mean, you become, really, honestly, your identity is wrapped up in your whole home and everything you own. So all of a sudden, when that's ripped away from you, you feel very alone in the world. Yeah, so I just want to point that out, that those people, they're going through identity
It's
crisis
heartbreaking
right now.
whether you have money or not. It should not even. That only impacts your ability to give yourself the basics of life. It doesn't take away the pain and the suffering and the loss of your home and everything that you had in it. A lot of pets.
All
You
the
know,
memories,
yeah.
all the memories, the
It's-
family
I can-
memories, the photos,
everything.
the
So-
stuff that you've kept from multi-generational sort of stuff that was given down, passed down from your great-grandparents to you. All that's gone.
And
I mean,
see,
the people in
and
Lahaina,
like,
they
and
didn't
like
like
pointed
save
out,
shit.
a lot of those people with money are donating and
Yeah, they are.
providing.
They're kicking
Yes.
it. Oh,
They're
definitely.
kicking in, baby, big time.
well,
stars
what about
and-
Taylor Swift? She put in 10.
I believe it.
She did.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
And
going to be a
this-
lot of rich people stepping up. Yeah, there's no doubt.
And there's a whole pile of companies. Someone put it in the chat in the blue room. There was Taylor Swift put $10 million in. Then they listed off companies like major computer companies and all them that donated money to Trump, but are donating nothing to the wildfires. So it's
Except for Netflix. I think Netflix donated some.
was it okay? But on that one, I seen in the chat room there, the
the attempt
image.
to politicize natural disasters is what it is.
Oh, it is. It's
That's
awful.
what this attempt is. It's to politicize natural disasters,
Can I
And it
ask
ain't
how
over
many
yet.
people?
It ain't over
I
yet.
would,
I mean, there's fires burning right now, and the
Oh
winds are
yeah.
picking up today and tomorrow. So
Yeah.
it ain't over yet.
No,
It's
it's
gonna
not.
Can
be.
I?
don't put it on. Don't
I
put it
need to ask.
on someone to
Did
capitalize
Elon
off on
donate? I
this
don't
either.
know. I haven't heard Elon donating anything.
You know
No,
what he
he
did?
hasn't.
His opinion.
Yes, he has. But
Has
it's in the
How much?
form, it's in the form of trucks, mind you. They're using them like generators because they have giant
Gotcha.
batteries.
Good point. Good
So
point.
he grabbed like 10 or more trucks and immediately sent them down that they can use as batteries to,
Excellent.
well,
power some of the area that they need to for the firefighters. But these
well,
are
that's
customer
good.
trucks. They told his customers, sorry, you're not going to get your truck right now. We're using it.
No.
Well, then that's
I'd like
something.
to
Well, by
know
the
if
time
I
it,
could. How
Now,
many
I don't. I
people?
don't feel
How
bad
many?
for somebody who was waiting on one, and the truck is being used in that manner. I
Right.
don't have a
How
problem with
many?
that.
How many people have passed
But I
away?
think
How many people have
I
lost
don't
their
I
know.
know
lives?
it's
Not
last
Six,
number
positive.
I saw.
16,
26.
I heard.
16, something.
I
I
thought it
heard.
was up around 26.
I
Yeah,
thought
that's
it
Could
what
was
I've
be.
about
heard.
26.
They got
Yeah.
cadaver dogs running through there right now.
Oh,
So
You like
the
going
number's
that?
up.
only going to go up.
That's
It's only going to
low.
go up.
That's a lot for the size of
Yeah.
the
It
fires
is.
and the
It
amount
is.
of
But
time.
I
That's
don't
a
think
low
they're done.
number.
Well, 101 people
Chicago.
died
She
in
says I live in
Lahaina.
Los Angeles, and I am worried. Chicago.
Well, 101 people
In the
died in
chat.
Lahaina. So,
Yes.
that's a small area compared to
When if the
LA.
winds
We're
pick
looking
up,
at,
I don't
it's
know
going to
how
be
you
huge.
control that.
No,
It's going to be
You
the
that's
know.
worst
bad.
disaster in
It
American history by the time it's all said and done. Period.
Until
and
next year.
we should respond as a
Yeah,
country as such. And
And
exactly.
the
our
worry,
leaders should
what
not be
worry?
discussing conditions on disaster relief.
That was I was just going to say. The worry is the fact is this, as you say, it's not over yet. It's going to go on for a long time, and it will be going on while Trump is your president. And what it's going to be very important what he does for you or California. And I think he'll do nothing. That's what.
We shall see.
We'll toss some
That's
paper
going to
towels.
turn 40 million people against him and
Is the army?
automatically.
Is the army there, or any of the armed forces there?
Just
Of
National
Got him.
Guard.
course, you got Camp
National
Pendleton
Guard.
there. You
Yep.
got the Marines. You've got Top Gun.
Okay.
You've got huge bases all throughout California.
West
Oh,
San
yeah,
Diego.
oh yeah, Long
Fort
Beach
Bragg.
itself.
Fort
You know,
Bragg, right? Well, no,
So
that's not
there was
there.
a question asked on the chat, if there are any legitimate donation places. And yes, if you go to like MSNBC or one of those news channels, they have links to bona fide donation
right.
Yeah,
Right.
even if you go to
places that you can donate to for
yeah, but even if you
various,
go to
could be
even if
for
you go to
pets, could be for people, could be for food. There's different ones set up. So
but even
I've
if you go
seen
to like
people that
Colbert or Jimmy Kimmel or they always have QR codes of legitimate
yeah,
true.
websites.
I've seen people that have lost everything, that they've lost everything, and they're out there volunteering to hand out food. They go, lost my home, everything that's in it, and just to keep my sanity, I have
And
to help
still,
other people.
yeah.
Yeah.
And you're going to continue to
So,
see that.
yep,
You know,
a
You
lot
know
of
what
people.
amazes
that's
me
that's
is
who we should be.
That's what
Yeah.
I
America.
look at I look at
What
some of
if
these live websites, and there's quite a few, especially on YouTube, websites where it's live coverage of the fires, cameras everywhere. So you click on these sites, and some of these sites have split screens with 4 cameras showing different areas,
Right.
and some cameras are actually on where the firefighters are, and body cameras.
Yep.
And these fires are big, mate. I mean, I've seen
Yeah.
fires in Australia. These are freaking big, and the area they just can't get to them. They just can't get to them. And
There's
with
not
50
enough.
kilometre
I almost lost my life. I was a California firefighter. I worked for CDF, and when we were fighting forest fires in the summertime, which used to be the fire season, now it's year round, we would call ourselves the California Ecology Corps, where we would then run around and make fire breaks or do controlled burns. But when I went down to LA and I fought the Santa Ana fires, I got stuck in a box-in canyon with a Cat DC-10, and I told the crew chief, I said, "This is a bad place for us to be." And there was a crew of me and 5 other people, plus the guy on the bulldozer, and he got us into a box-in canyon. And sure enough, the fire leaped over the ridge and then closed us off. And we all had to pull out what we called our potato bags, which were basically, like they're just foil.
Yeah, what
and
you bake a
get
potato in.
underneath of them. Yeah, and so I mean, it got to that point that all of a sudden we had to pull our potato bags out. We were underneath of it, and I mean, the fire was just raging around us, and it sucked all the oxygen out of the air. It was really hard to breathe, even though we were on the ground. After about, I don't know, maybe 3 minutes, it seemed like went by, 3 to 5 minutes, then we were able to come out from underneath the potato bags, and luckily we were all alive. But guess what? The DC-10, the Caterpillar that was sitting there, all of the paint, all the yellow paint was completely burnt off of it. All the plastic was melted. I mean, we're lucky that after that, I quit
You're
the
lucky you
California
came out
Department
of
of
it alive,
Forestry.
period.
I'm lucky that, I almost lost my life down there in LA. And those winds are vicious when they come ripping over. You got to remember, you got a 14,000 foot mountain there that's Mount Whitney, and all these winds come funneling in from Las Vegas, from the desert there, and they just get funneled into the LA basin from a 14,000 foot mountain.
Bullshit,
So
this whole bullshit about conditions is a political move. That's exactly what it is, and they're trying to bring
Yes,
politics.
you can't fly in 50-mile-an-hour winds. They can't fly the water bombers in those winds.
No, it vaporizes before it even hits the ground, or it just blows away.
Let me catch up real quick, because I noticed a chat came through that did not ding up there, because I'm assuming because there was no comment. But Lena P came in with a $10 donation. Lena, thank you very much. And Mark, our Blue Dot greeter, came in with a $5 donation just to say, play the song for Drill Baby Drill Pushers. And I think he means, because we like to play this song because it makes John smile anyway.
I need you to shut the fuck up, bitch. 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 Bow, bow, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Bow, bow, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Bow,
That's what we all think.
Shut the fuck up.
We hear
Shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up.
Hey, who does that song,
Michael
by the
Johnson.
way?
I don't know.
Michael Johnson.
I don't know.
That's who does that?
No.
No.
No, who does that song? Because I want to play
I
that
don't
on
know.
the air.
It was given to me.
It's AI.
By Tim Cormall.
Oh,
from
is
Tim
it?
Cormall
Well, I'm going to
Show,
tell
which
you
I
what,
was just
John.
on this last Sunday. By the
I'll
way.
hit you up on that one. I want you to send me that MP3 file, because I'm going to play that on the air. Trust me.
That is one of my favorite little.
It's like an Andrews
tunes.
Sisters song.
It is. It's a
just like the
swing
Andrews
from-
Sisters.
Yeah, you could do a swing to that easily. Just
Exactly.
It out, Anyway, boy,
Hey, so you really think Pete Hegseth is going to get confirmed?
I do.
Yep.
I
Yep.
do.
Yep.
Because you know what? It
should
sounds
he?
to me
No.
just like a
Is he
Yeltsin. It
qualified?
sounds to
No.
me the last
He wears
guy
the
that I remember
he wears
that was
the flag in his pockets. That's enough. He's got
Where's
that
What,
the
the
outrage? Where's
the last
outrage?
the last drunk I remember that was in control of an army was Yeltsin. And we know what happened to Russia when Yeltsin was the big drunk.
Mate,
So
we all did.
He's out
We
of
all
his
thought
league.
that.
He is
thought
not-
Kavanaugh wouldn't be. We all thought Kavanaugh wouldn't be nominated, but he ended up getting through. That was a disaster, Kavanaugh, and he got through. This guy's going to get through.
he's
The
gonna
next
get
guy's
through.
going to get through.
So that
Because
means
we
like
have a
Tulsi
Republican
Gabbard
Party
and all
there's
those
been a
people.
need to the
Yep.
big
Oh, yeah.
god of whatever the fuck they want to call their party, the maggot party. It's not a Republican Party.
A
It's
Nazi
not-
party.
resemble
Call it
a
what it is.
Republican Party.
Yeah.
It's
The
become a maggot.
Nazis.
If I was a
It's a Nazi
John.
party. Keep saying it. Get used to it.
Republican Nazis. Republican Nazis. That's what I call them.
Yeah.
But if I was
Yeah.
betting, I would say that
Republican Nazi.
Republicans.
Sad
Yeah.
situation, baby.
Fashion
Oh,
Nazi.
if they're gonna
There you
let
go.
Hegseth through, does that mean they're gonna let the Gabbards and
Yep.
and what was that one guy with the one eyeball, the Cash Patel guy? Are they gonna
Yep.
let him?
Yep. And
Yeah.
the
No
FBI.
fucking way.
Yep.
Sure.
We're in deep fucking trouble if this
Yeah.
guy picks only the best guys,
Yep.
right?
Well, he picked
The
all the
whole
best guys
stooges
the
that'll
first
be
time,
yes
too.
men for him. That's what
I
he's
think-
picking.
Mac
He's
Matt
picking
Gates
people-
didn't get through. Matt
Well,
Gates
that's-
didn't get
well,
through,
that's just
thank
'cause-
God.
Yeah,
that's because-
well,
just
Matt
because
Gates is he's
but
an
they all
exception to the
hated
rule
him.
only because it was so public the crimes that he committed. You
But,
know,
they, but
it was-
he he didn't have a friend in Congress to begin with, so he was not going to be a viable person.
Yeah, but the good
Anyways.
thing about the confirmation hearings is these people get to sit there and get drilled for 4 hours each.
But unfortunately, the
and then they
Dems,
get to realize that that's what the next 4 years is going to look like for them.
yeah,
It's
but
not going to be
unfortunately,
fun and games.
I think the Dems missed a huge opportunity. Instead of talking about his personality, they should have been talking about, clearing protesters with live ammunition, actual things that
Some of them talked about
They
it.
brought that
barely.
up. They brought
Most
that
people
brought
talk
it up.
about
shooting
being
protesters
drunk.
in the lakes. Would you do it? And he refused to answer.
Yeah, but but they seem to spend too much time
Too
on
much
just his
time
personal.
on the drinking and the
Right.
sexual.
Well, see,
yeah.
they're hammering at the whole Republican family morals bullshit.
Yeah, but they gave that up.
Which is exactly what that is. Bullshit.
But they gave that up.
They tend to ignore when they want to.
They're very selective with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're a Democrat and you do any of that, well, God forbid, you're going to hell.
Yeah. But if they do it, they'll what?
They'll be forgiven, John.
Yeah,
They'll be
sure.
forgiven.
What about
they repent and they're forgiven?
Yeah. As
What
long
about
as you
the
repent,
FBI?
do it again tomorrow.
What about the FBI background report, though?
It's
Incomplete. Congress saw the FBI background report they did on Hexeth.
It was incomplete. It did not contain any of the witness testimony.
What a joke! What a joke!
It basically was.
Yeah, so
but
that's
the FBI, they said they wanted to interview some of the assailants, and what happened that they didn't interview them, that would have basically gave conclusions that, yes, he did do this. What was the break why the FBI did not, interview the assailants, the girls that were raped?
Right.
Well,
does anybody know why that didn't happen? Because that was the one final touche to it. You know what I mean? Boom.
Yep.
They probably got paid or got scared.
Well,
I know that the FBI saw their background check on him. Congress saw that FBI background check, and I'm sure it was not. I'm pretty sure it was pretty scathing. So why would they let somebody through?
Democrats, only 2 members.
They weren't anonymous. There was names in those reports.
Yeah. Not all of them.
They weren't naming them today in public, but they weren't anonymous in the report.
The accusers.
It seems to be that it seems to be anyone on the extreme right has a sexual problem. There was a guy. There was a guy arrested, a MAGA supporter, Trump supporter, who's on the local council in, I think it's Ohio, but I will post it. I've saved it. It was only happened this year. He's a 39-year-old male, married, has a stepdaughter who's at the age, she's now 10, at the age of 9 through to 11, he was touching her inappropriately and doing things that made her uncomfortable. She told her mum, who took her to a therapist, and they found that, yes, she has been touched and fondled by this man. He's a fucking on the council, and he wears a hat. And the hat says, "Make pedophiles scared again." That's on his hat. Make pedophiles scared again. And he runs around the neighborhood bragging he's after pedophiles and all that, yet he's a fucking pedophile. No, mate, I'll post it in the video. He's a pedophile himself.
They just can't keep their dicks in their fucking pants. They can't keep their dicks in their pants, period.
I'm gonna post it now. So don't forget to do it. Carry on your conversation, but I'll do that.
It's all projection too, by the way. Whatever their cause that they stand behind, they're guilty of it. It's called projection. So don't look at me.
Oh, and Donnie's good at that shit. Republicans in general are really good at that.
Look, squirrel.
Oh yeah, shiny object.
We call that a look squirrel moment. Look, squirrel.
Yep, there it is, squirrel. No, but
a bit from
credits are going anyway.
Don't we say look
a bit from Reuters. This is from Reuters. Says that FBI background check does not include interviews with key women from his past. Several Democratic senators inquired from Hegswith's counsel for a more in-depth background check information, and they were rebuffed. Or
That's right.
they're-
They were
yeah.
refused. Right. That's what
Right,
I heard.
They
Yes.
had the names. They didn't interview them.
Well, now I've
You know,
posted that thing on
because he needs to
the
do that.
guys. I posted that thing on the chat line in the blue room on main discussion. Bear in mind, it is a police video of him being interviewed in the police station, and the whole wife thing. It's 29 minutes long, but
Yikes.
you'll see the ironicity in the whole thing, and it's factual. That this guy is running around doing the make pedophile was scared again, and he's touching up his own stepdaughter.
Hey, I got a quick
Boy, howdy
question to
shit.
ask. Maybe I got a quick question to ask. If this armed Senate committee is busy interviewing the Pete Hegseth, they make a recommendation, but doesn't it have to go to the House of Representatives for a vote still?
No.
Does it?
No.
Or
no,
is
no,
it
just
it's
the
all
Senate.
just
Senate.
the council, the committee's recommendation flies? That's it. Those 6 people, they make the decision. Yeah, thumbs up or thumbs down. It's all dependent upon.
Then it goes to the full Senate.
The full Senate vote.
Oh, it does. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Then the
This
Senate
is
votes
just the
on it.
committee that gets to ask questions.
Right. And
Correct. Okay, then the Senate takes it over, not the House of
Right.
Representatives,
No.
right?
No,
It
this
just
is
goes
all the
immediately to the 100 people. Gotcha.
Yep.
And what do
And-
we got? A 51%, or we got 51% majority Republicans in the
Yep.
Senate right now?
Yep.
Yeah, I think
and,
so, yeah.
and Fetterman said he's going to support Hegseth. So that's probably 52, 53.
Yeah, there's a
That-
disappointment.
And Kamala only steps in when it's a tiebreaker, right?
Well, she's not involved anymore. It'd be,
That's not true.
Yeah.
She still
Vance.
is for another 9 days.
Mm,
I don't think she can confirm anybody though. Like until
yeah, but I mean,
like,
Ernst,
when it comes to that.
the one that they were hoping on the GOP side was Ernst and Murkowski.
Yeah.
Murkowski said that what if Ernst is Senator Ernst from Iowa, I believe. She's the one that they were watching. She said she's going to support him. Fetterman said he's going to support him. So
I'm surprised that she said yes, because she's been sexually assaulted. She was a Navy pilot or something. I mean, I'm surprised that she was sexually assaulted in the military,
Yeah, I
that
think
she would
we're
say
all
yes.
surprised at a lot of shit.
yeah.
But I guess we better wrap it up for the evening and save that for another night.
All right.
I just want to ask one
Alright.
question. I want to ask one question of the
All
whole
right.
panel here. How big, in the way of numbers, do you think the inauguration is going to be? Meaning, is Trump going to have one of these, I had the biggest crowd situations again?
No.
Period?
Oh,
I think
The
he's going to
answer is
say
yes,
whether he
Dave.
has
Yeah,
to.
but it's
Yes,
gonna be for real.
yes, it will be the largest crowd ever in history. That
that's
has
what we're
ever
here.
from the time of Jesus. I'm telling you. Telling you.
And this time around, I'm going to take his word for it because I'm not going to watch any of it.
Yeah, I'm not.
I'm gonna
No.
go to work.
No,
I would
I.
just spend the time just bitching at the camera and it's
Screaming at the
I'll
TV.
probably watch it. I'll probably watch it
catch the
just
movie shit
because
on
I'm a
Saturday
gut.
Night
I'm a
Live.
I've
glutton
heard
for
it's
punishment.
4 full days.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's a festival.
It might be worth
Well,
watching,
Thursday.
especially. It might be worth watching, especially if a sniper decides to take a shot.
Well, let's
Yeah.
hope not.
You mean one of his own supporters want to shoot him
Yeah,
again?
just like last time in Butler, that happened. Yeah,
Yeah, no, that didn't happen, Mark. Yeah. He got your sympathy vote through with that. But anyhow,
Oh yeah. I watched that right when it happened. I was ready to turn the TV off, and I saw him get shot, and I go, "Holy shit!" I went out and told my wife, "I go, one of your fellow Pennsylvanians just shot the president," and I mean, it got exciting after that. I thought, "Oh boy, a national holiday," but unfortunately. It wasn't. It didn't happen. It just winged his ear, whatever.
I was playing cards and it popped up on my phone and said Trump shot at. And I was like, get the fuck out of here. That's bullshit, probably. I didn't think about
I know. I was just
But I
ready.
know
I was
it's
just
a
reaching up to
really
turn the TV
There's
off
so
right
much,
when that
yeah.
happened.
Even more recently, the guy that drove his Tesla into the Trump Tower.
Oh
in
yeah.
Vegas.
Yep.
There's a
Yep.
statement right there because that guy voted for him. He was a
Yep.
Republican. So,
He's
you
a
know,
Republican.
And you
Oh,
know what?
he's
What he
pissed
did
off.
though,
He's pissed them off.
his manifesto was a call to arms. He was telling all the truckers in America to take over federal buildings, block the roads.
yeah.
He was basically doing a call of arms. He wanted to start a civil war. I mean, if you look deep into that, and I saw
Well,
somebody
there's
break that
plenty
down,
out
that's a
there that would love
counterterrorism.
that. And guess what?
Yes.
They're all Trump supporters.
Yep.
You know, that's who they are.
Yep.
They want that.
I mean,
And we
people
need
want
to
to look at
deny
his
them that.
PTSD. Yeah, they want to look at his PTSD and him being an active special forces officer as being the problem. Sure, he was troubled, but you got to remember it's much deeper than that. Because I saw some counterterrorism experts look at his manifesto and go, "This screams Islamicism exactly." I mean, this exact same thing you would find as far as the ISIS attitude. He goes, but it's from an American perspective. And this guy is trying to basically start a caliphate, with
Well, I think
Americans.
the fact he used a Tesla to hit a Trump Tower,
Made a
he's
statement.
pissed
I
off
know.
He
with
rented
Musk. He doesn't
That
want
is
Musk as well. He doesn't like
quite a
Elon Musk
statement.
either.
No, that was quite a statement.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
it
think so
was.
too.
All right, guys, let's
Anyway.
wrap her up.
Yeah,
All right.
we got to wrap it up.
I love y'all.
Dangerous.
I love y'all. Thanks for giving me a
Bye.
seat at the table.
Oh, you're welcome, brother. Come back. Take care
I
of yourself.
All right, you do the
AD,
same.
thank you for coming in, brother. We appreciate the shit out of it.
No problem, brother. Good
I hope
talking.
you get what better there, buddy. You know.
I go to the doctor tomorrow, so
Well, there
see
you
what
go.
happens.
I hope everything goes well.
Appreciate it, brother. Thank you.
All right. You bet.
Stop
Take care of
bleeding everywhere.
yourself.
Yeah.
Stop bleeding everywhere. Quit that shit.
Keep the Kleenex handy.
I got it.
And Dave.
Yo, that's me.
Thank you, Dave, for coming in. Appreciate it. Always enjoy it when you do.
That was fun and games, shits and giggles. But I'm counting down the days, and I'm seriously scared of what's going to happen on day one. I'm
think we're all
totally scared
concerned,
what's
Dave.
going to happen in the first 7 days. He's going to make his targets obvious
There'll
on
be
day
no
one
shortage
and day
of shit
two.
to talk about. That's for damn
No,
sure.
mate.
We all got
no.
kind of a clinched asshole moment for this,
Yeah.
so we're all in the same
We're
state.
all waiting for the other foot to drop.
Correct.
So based on that, I'll say good night.
All right, Dave. Well, we appreciate
Good
you
night,
coming
Dave.
in, and we'll see you on the next
Good night, Mr. Chick. All right, pal.
Love ya.
one.
Love ya.
Love you back. Anyway,
Ciao,
miss you,
Bono.
Chick. Yeah, ciao,
And
Bono.
John.
Oh, thank you, darling, for everything you do.
You're welcome.
You got anybody tonight?
I do.
You
First, I've got to call out a couple of donations on YouTube comments.
Oh, they didn't.
There was
show up.
one from, now they didn't make a comment. It just usually says thanks and then there's a dollar amount. Mr. Keith, but this isn't our Marine Keith from Minnesota. This is just Mr. Keith.
Okay.
He donated $10.
Outstanding. Appreciate
And
that.
JP Page donated $5.
Outstanding. We appreciate you both.
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. It's how I can pay the bills.
And then we had some people that did the easiest thing. They shared some
They
shit.
shared them shit.
Yeah. So we had Thomas G. from Wisconsin and Janie G. from Oregon, Linda Lee S. from Texas, Christopher H. from South Carolina, Stanley B. from Texas, and Bobby B. from Virginia. All shared
Outstanding.
this.
They all shared that shit, and it's easy to share this shit because there's a button right down there that says "share this shit." Well, it doesn't say
Yes.
that, but it does. So it does in a way. It says share
And you can like the shit.
this shit. So it's a share this shit button. So
Like, share, and subscribe to all that
all
shit.
of it, all that shit. Anyway, Miss Chick, again, I thank you for everything you do, darling.
You're welcome, John.
And we will be back here again on Thursday to do it again, I guess.
Yeah, I guess we
In the
will.
meantime, we'll face tomorrow and see what that happens. Now, I did a rant yesterday, and now I noticed on YouTube that it did not get as many views because it was listed under a short. I guess because of time. Yeah, but I did do one yesterday, and
Or is there a different button you push when you do it?
I would say I did do a rant yesterday. I I missed the show on Sunday. I didn't want everybody thinking, well, John just gave up on shit. Not yet. Been tempting, but no. No. You adapt, you overcome. You. Anyway, Miss Chick, I love you, baby. Thank you for being here. I love you all for being here and being a participant in this family. And that comes from my heart, baby. Anyway, y'all face tomorrow best way you can. Put a smile on your face and give that shit away. It's the best thing you can do for yourself and your soul. And I'm having a hard time doing it, but I still do it every damn day. Anyway, I love you all, and thank you for being here. Y'all say